Moushu, and we're going to take this to our next video for the home workouts that we've uploaded. Like I said in the previous one, the Moushu's Pilates is going to take you through a step-by-step progression of your workout. So in the first video that we put up in this series, we only talked about different postures, alignments, and the positions your body should be in when you're doing the workout. So we're going to start today just in a lovely standing position, and we're going to start with that pizza slice on our feet and make that go parallel. A quick check on our key elements from the top of the head all the way down to the feet. Distribute the weight evenly and equally amongst both the feet and along the triangle of our foot. From here, we're just going to work through the arms into an exercise called toy soldier. So we're going to lift the arms and we're going to split them. And as we do that, we're just going to work through the length, reaching up and back. We're also going to think of the shoulders and keep them away from the ears. And as with every exercise in Pilates, we add a breath. We're going to exhale, inhale. And stack them all back. We're going to add a little more challenge to this. So we're going to now go up on our toes. As we lift, we split and change and switch. We exhale, we inhale, we exhale, inhale. We're rolling up on the balls of our toes, lifting through the heels and working through those calf muscles. And adding a little more coordination to that now. We're going to go into a squat, stack, lift, and stack. So we're splitting the arms in the toy soldier as we squat and as we go up onto the toes. When we go into that squat, we want to keep our knees behind our toes and in line with the second toe, and work through those heels and connect into those glutes, making this a lovely coordination exercise. From here, we're going to take it, so I'm going to change my direction, into our mermaid. So we're going to keep our knees soft. We're going to stack one arm up and over, and we're going to reach over to the other side and bring it back. We want equal weight on both our feet as we move, reaching and feeling the length into the arms, making a beautiful C like a rainbow going up and over our head and bringing it back, and taking the fingers to reach the back. Just warming up our spine like we warmed up our feet and our arms, and bringing it all back, making sure we even it out, and then taking our stance into what we call a second position, or our wide squat or plie position. We can stack the arms one on top of each other into our genie arms and go into a wide squat. All I'm doing is imagining that I'm sliding down the door behind me, keeping my alignment from the top of my head to my tailbone. I exhale as I go out, I inhale as I come back. I'm working through those outer buttock muscles. I'm zipping it all out from my inner thigh muscles. And now I'm going to hold this position and take it into my spine twist. I'm moving through the spine twist, going from the chest bone, working through those oblique muscles. I exhale away and inhale back. I can change my breath if I like to exhale to twist, inhale and really fill the air in the lungs, exhale to the center and switch my side. So you can vary your breath, moving from the center of the forehead, nose, chin and chest bone as you twist and center and twist and center, keeping that nice width of the knees out, and then we bring it all back. You're going to keep doing the exercises and doing the number of repetitions that you feel comfortable with, and then we're going to take it into our roll down. Standing with our feet hip width apart, hands on the thighs. We're just going to nod our chin towards our chest. Make a nice C curve from the upper back, drawing in through the ribs, allowing the hands to just move down as we go, and then uncurling or stacking each vertebra on top of the other as you come back to a standing position. Adding a breath to that, we're going to inhale at the top, exhale, nod your chin towards your chest, draw your ribs in, making a C curve on the upper back, taking that C into the lower back, soften through the knees to try and reach your hands down, or not, it doesn't matter, and think of each vertebra uncurling and curling as you move in and through the roll down. Inhale, exhale from the top of the head, into the mid back, into your lower back. On the exhale, on the inhale as you feel that stretch, exhale as you curl, drawing your headlights up and in, stacking from the lower spine through the mid spine and up and on. And now we're going to move into the next lying down position as we, from the roll down, we're going to walk the mat and come into our all fours position. Uncurl through the toes and just work again on a little bit more of a warm-up on the spine, taking it to our cat and camel. So now you already know the setup of your all fours. You're going to turn the elbows around, press through the heels of the palms, your knees are below your hip and you have a nice flat back, balancing a tray of glasses. We're going to start curling through the tailbone, making the C curve and allowing our eyes to follow the belly button. And then uncurling from the tailbone and making a C curve facing the floor to look up into our cat, and then drawing back in to the camel. You're working through a segmental mobility in the spine, just creating a warm-up from that roll down, and really starting to also work through your abdominal muscles. From here, we're going to curl the toes in and work into setting up our shoulder blades to take some load. So we're going to lift and hover through the knees and lower. Doing an exercise called leg pull and prone prep at a lower level. And as you hover, you want to imagine that there's a harness pulling you up. We want to keep those knees off the mat and lower. We exhale to lift up and inhale to lower. And then we're going to stay up and just hold it, maintaining our breath. And we lower and we uncurl. We're going into a small stretch. So we walk our buttocks towards our heels and reach into that stretch, the child's pose or the fetal stretch. Coming up from our leg pull in prone and the fetal stretch, we're just going to turn over onto our side and do a really simple but wonderful exercise for the deep muscles in the buttock. We're going to lie down, lengthen the arm and stack our spine up like again I have demonstrated in the previous video. Take the top hip away and create that space, keeping the feet stuck to each other and a little peek to see if your heels, hips and shoulders are all in one line. And then work into the clam. It's a lovely rotation exercise for the hip. And as you move, it also works into the deep rotator muscles of your buttock. And slow and steady, you should feel a slight burn coming up. And then you're going to extend the leg and bend, and extend and bend. So we open the clamp and we open through the leg, maintaining that V. We're going to exhale to open, inhale to bend and tap. And then from here we're going to stay in the open. We're going to lift up through the feet and open and close through, just to add a little bit more of a challenge and get some more opening. We're going to then turn over onto the other side, and you're going to finish the same, and I'm going to take you into the next exercise series, lying on our tummy. So we're going to fold our hands under the head and then just align ourselves, keeping the belly away from the mat. All we're going to do is curl the toes in and under and lift the knee, alternating one knee up at a time, just to feel that connection. So all we're doing with this series is working into a connection. We're going to lift the knee off the mat and lower, and lift and lower, feeling the work between our buttock and our thigh, or where the buttock meets the thigh, and just setting up for the next exercise. And I'm just going to scoot a little bit in the front and then work into the swim. Working only the legs for now. Can you feel where your buttock meets your thigh engaged? And as you do that and alternate the legs, you also want to make sure that you're not swiveling your buttock from side to side. You're going to come up onto your side, onto your all fours and up, and then turn over and repeat onto the other side. So we're going to lie down, work through our clamp, bend through the knees, a quick check in our posture. We're going to open and close. And I'm going to make this shorter. You can repeat it as many times as you like. And then we're going to open the leg and straighten the knee and tap. And then we're going to lift through the feet and open wide. All the while through maintaining our connection with the belt muscle, keeping that little gap between the waist by taking the top hip away. And coming into a nice supine position after we're done on both sides. We're going to lie down and now just connect into the abdominal muscles. So we've done just a warm up on the spine in standing, worked through the legs and the arms, and then we came into a nice all fours and started connecting to our shoulder blades. In the side lying and the prone position, we started connecting in more and more into our glutes and our buttock muscles. Length at the back of the neck, and you can put a little head pad there if you like. And now we're just going to connect into our abdominal muscles. And to do that, we're going to interlace our fingers, place our hands below our head, and cradle the head. Open wide out through the elbows. Remember to make those collarbones smile, saying a nice cheese to the ceiling. Even out your weight distribution from the ribs all the way down to the tailbone, not allowing the tummy to pop or that arch to become too big. And then thinking just about our abdominal muscles. So we're going to start working with the upper abdominal muscles. We're going to draw the ribs down towards the hip and down towards the mat. And as we do that, we're going to lift our head, neck and shoulders up as one unit and lower it down. We're going to exhale up and inhale down. And again, maintaining that tomato between our chin and our chest bone. Once you feel a good connection into your upper abdominal muscles, we're going to release through the arms, lengthen from the back of the neck, and start cueing ourselves into a tabletop position. So we want to bring the leg up into a 90-90 position and lower. We lift it up and we lower. And then, once we have that, engage through the belt muscle, not lose that neutral in our spine to bring the other leg up And just hold that double tabletop position to work through the lower abdominal muscles and feeling that alignment. And then lower it down one leg at a time. This is just prepping you up for your lower abdominal work. And now let's prep up for our oblique work. So keeping one arm nice and flat along the mat. Take the other hand and place it below your head and cradle it. We're going to hover the arm and we're going to come up in a diagonal, taking the shoulder to the opposite hip and lower. We can exhale as we go up and inhale to go down. And then when we've done a few repetitions, work over onto the other side. Making the movement a nice diagonal pattern. And then all we've done in this series is just brought about an engagement of some head and neck muscles, working through the shoulders, connecting into our upper and lower abdominals, into our glutes, and in the standing series working through, just going on the toes, working through the calves, a bit of squats into the quadriceps. And now we have our posture, our alignment, our core muscles working through all the joints. So you're ready for the next set of exercises on our YouTube channel. So please keep a watch and don't forget to subscribe and like the channel if you like this video. Thank you very much.